Hello, welcome back to 3 Delirium. My name is AJ, and this week saw me try something a little new. Emphasis on little, actually. I wanted to make a little action figure of an outdoor climbing instructor, which happens to be my day job. I settled on giving the figure like a chibi kind of scale, since I know that Tinkercad has like a chibi-esque starting figurine that I can then modify. Chibi means that it has like an overly large head and small, cute features underneath, usually less defined, which makes it easier to make as a whole, actually. So then, with this idea as my base, I figured that the easiest part of the instructor's kit to reproduce would be a harness. So I started to make a seat harness, which starts with just the belt. I guess now I can move on to the chest piece. A little connector in the bottom that's pretty easy. It's just a simple cube, but compared to the over-the-shoulder straps, they'll be pretty tricky with having curves in two separate directions. And then I have to kind of stretch it out to skew and fit the model. Now, a belt would go on the waist area, and then there's kind of a, quote, belt on each leg. So that can be kind of easily repeated there. Then I need to connect those two with a strap as well. But some edges kind of stick out over the edge here, you can see. But I want to keep it rather tidy. So, well, that seemed to be actually rather easy. But with that, like, the full body harness is kind of finished. It's a lot easier than I expected it to be. I guess maybe I'll add some eyes next. And what turns out as a finishing touch off camera, I gave him a little bandana as well. Now, when it comes to slicing the model, I chose to cut the whole thing right in half to make it easier to print. You may remember some videos that I've posted in the past where I've used this like base figurine before. For example, the Halloween video from last year with the little pumpkin head. It has some like natural defects that form because the way that the hands are sticking down low, and even if I use support material, it wouldn't necessarily come out super crisp. So yeah, I'll cut it in half and print two separate pieces that I'll just glue together. I also made a little base that the guy can stand on, and I might as well put some space in the bottom for a magnet. And I know I have magnets that are a certain thickness, so I'll just make the hole a certain thickness. The side of the building at work is actually metal, so I figured why not make a model that'll like stick to the wall, just like a climber. Ooh. All right, and the print is finished, and now it just needs to be glued together. When I use super glue on these 3D models recently, it seems to really enjoy the kind of natural grooves that come in the printing process of the extrusion. And so I added the glue, and it practically cured instantly. But since the base that I made for the model is flat, the feet are rounded, so that means it creates a tiny little point that would stick to the base. So let's use some sandpaper and sand the feet flat, and then I just need to add a magnet to the hole in the base. Now we're just going to add a coat of paint, and we'll get started here. Well, the base model, I painted it red, the same color as my work uniform, and the harnesses, I painted them black, just like the ones at work, and then the bandana on top, I made it black as well, so it all kind of matches and goes together. I used a different kind of black on the bandana to kind of give it some texture and kind of, I don't know, just make everything look a little different, you know? And so today is such a hot, dry day that the paint dried almost instantly. Pretty intense. So there is a magnet on the bottom. So so we'll pretend this pasta sauce lid is the wall. It will stick right to the side. Super easy. So I can confirm that it will stick just fine. So what do you think of this little dude? Might there be anything that you would have added? Or maybe something that you'd have left out? Leave your thoughts in the comments down below, and hey, I'll see you next week here on 3 Delirium, where we can all hallucinate about the possibilities of 3D printing. I'll see you then.